What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at Randy Marion Ford and we're going to take a look at this 2021 Ford F150 equipped with the Rocky Ridge K2 package. So massive shout out to them for providing this truck for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. I'll have all that info down in the description below. But the F150 that you see behind me is finished off in a Gate Black Metallic, and with this Rocky Ridge K2 package, it has a list price right around $80,000. So we're gonna start off today's review with what powers this F150, because there are a few different engine options that you can go with. This particular model here has the 5-liter V8 paired with the 10-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 400 horsepower around 6,000 RPM and 410 pound-feet of torque right around 4,200 RPM. This truck is rear-wheel drive with the 4-wheel drive system, weighs in right around 4,900 pounds. It will do 0 to 60 in around 6 seconds up to its top speed of 120 miles an hour. This truck also has the extended fuel range, so it has a fuel capacity of 36 gallons, and you can expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 145.4 inches. Its overall length is 231.7. It has a width of 95.7 inches, a height of 77.2, and its ground clearance measures in at 9.4 inches. So as we move on to the exterior now for this F-150, with the Rocky Ridge K2 package, there's a lot of aftermarket goodies that you'll see on this particular model compared to the stock truck, of course. So we're gonna start up top with the aftermarket hood. So you'll notice we have this hood bulge right in the center with a few fins in it, just to give it more of an aggressive look. And front and center, you can see the Rocky Ridge grille. Of course, we have the double R logo right in the center. Plenty of cutouts still to provide maximum cooling to that V8 engine. You'll also notice stock on this truck is the LED quad beam headlights. We have the DRLs that surround the entire outside of the headlight housing. Very cool to see that, very distinctive for the Ford models. You'll also notice that the DRL continues down and surrounds the fog light in the lower section of the bumper. So very nice to see that intricate pattern with the bodywork right in the center. You'll also notice there are 2 tow hooks up front, along with the lower air dam, just to help better improve with aerodynamics for a large truck like this. And then you'll also notice the Rocky Ridge banner on the top section of the windshield. So not too many differences up front, but definitely gives it a great appearance. And as we work our way to the side now, I'm gonna start off with this 6-inch lift. As I mentioned earlier, this is the Rocky Ridge 6-inch lift kit. And to accommodate that lift, we have a set of 35 by 12.5-inch tires, wrapping a 20-inch wheel. You can see the two-tone design that they have. We also have the Rocky Ridge brake caliper covers as well. And for this model too, we have the fender flares. So you can see they stick out just a little bit. You'll also see we have the K2 Rocky Ridge badge on the lower section of the door, as well as F150, of course. We also have the integrated turn signals in the mirrors, and these function as spotlights. So if you're using this truck at night and you need a little bit of extra lighting, those have a multi-purpose function, so you can use them as a turn signal or as a spotlight, which is really nice to see. And up top, this model has the full moonroof. Very cool to see that option. You'll also notice the Rocky Ridge side steps, making it much easier to enter and exit this truck. From the side here, has really nice proportions all around with the size of the bed. Everything is pretty much blacked out on this truck, minus the red that you see on the brake caliper covers. And in the rear real quick, you can see that Fox shock, along with the FX4 off-road package on the side of the bed. We have the side exit dual exhaust too, which we'll hear soon. And then as we finish up in the rear, this does have a backup camera. You can see all the parking sensors in the body colored bumper. F-150 is stamped right in the center of the tailgate. You can also see another Rocky Ridge badge. And this also has a towing capacity up to 13,000 pounds, which is pretty healthy for an F-150. So we have a lot of upgrades for the exterior. Before we go ahead and take a look at all the goodies on the interior, if I lock this truck, double tap this button here, we have remote start, which is a really nice feature to have. If you double tap on this, you can shut the truck off if you need to do that. But we'll go ahead and unlock the truck now. Take a look at this interior. See a very nice door panel. We have leather and stitching. The release handle is actually hidden on the backside here, so that's very nice and conveniently placed. You'll see a really nice trim piece just above all the window controls. Lock and unlock is just above that. This also has the Bang & Olufsen sound system as well, and you can see a ton of storage space in the lower section of the door, running the entire length for anything that you'd like to place there. And as we work our way to these leather seats now, you'll see the custom RR logo in the headrest, along with more red stitching. Really nice diamond stitch pattern running down the insert. And then on the side, we have all the automatic controls. And now it's time to take a look at the interior on this F-150. We do have a grab handle up top, making it much easier to enter and exit. As we take a look at the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely finished off in leather. We have a lot of controls on both sides. In order to use those, we need to start this truck up. We have the engine start stop button over on the right side, and with my foot on the brake, we can start this up. And then coming back to the gauge cluster now, you'll notice that it has some more Rocky Ridge components. You'll see over on the right side behind the speedometer, we have the Rocky Ridge logo. Same on the left side behind the tach, just ties in nicely with the rest of this truck. And then right in the center, we have an LCD screen where you can use controls over on the right side of the steering wheel to go through all of that information. You'll also notice Bluetooth as well as seek and track for the radio. And then all of these controls up top will go through this information. Starting with My View, if you go into that, this is basically how you can customize it with what you'd like to see. So personal preference with whatever you want to have on the screen. Very nice to be able to see that. You can also go to trip and fuel. There's truck information as well as towing, so you can monitor all of that information. You can also pull up the navigation as well as your phone and audio and go into any settings depending on how you'd like to configure this truck and again what you'd like to see, making it very easy to go through all of this information. And you'll also notice too on the top of the screen is some fixed information like your fuel gauge, engine temperature, and some other vitals. And then the 10-speed is also over on the left side, so of course you can see what gear you're in. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, you'll see volume for the radio as well as more Bluetooth controls. We also have the cruise control settings as well as the lane keeping assist, which you can turn on and off. As we work our way to the left side of the steering wheel, you can see we have the pedal adjustment. So just by pushing on this, you can move the pedals forwards and backwards just to make you a little more comfortable. We have the electronic parking brake, as well as all the headlight controls, dimmer switches for the gauges. There's also the cargo light. We have the tailgate release. There's power that you have in the bed, which you can activate here. And then the spotlights for the side mirrors that I mentioned earlier. You'll see there's one air vent along with some really nice trim. As we work our way to the middle, you can see the Bang & Olufsen logo along with a small storage bin. You can place a phone or other smaller items like that. And then right in the center, we have the 12-inch touchscreen system. There is a ton of information that you can go through within the system. Currently, you can see it's on audio right now. We can go to phone when you have that connected and paired. We can pull up the navigation in full screen so that way you can see it. We have favorites right next to that. You can also go into apps so you can look at all of that information, different settings that you'd like to go into from your clock and your vehicle. You have mobile apps, valet mode, all of that information that you can configure. You can also look at the zone lighting too. This is a really neat feature for this truck. So even with the truck off, if you turn this on, you can turn on the headlights, you can turn on the tail lights for spotlights, or we have the lights for the side mirrors. So if you're using this as a work truck, you're out on the job site somewhere at night and you need all this extra lighting, very cool to be able to turn all of that on and off just to provide you with that extra lighting. You can also go into towing as well, monitor all of this information in more depth than you can on that center screen there. And you'll also notice too, over on the right side, you can pull up some more information that I just went over and have it on this smaller screen here. So you can look at your phone, your navigation, your lighting. You can look at all this while you still have this information going on. So let's say you have your navigation on and yet you still want to look at some more information. You can either use these dials or go through the scrolling, which I just did, and you can monitor all of this other information. Very cool to be able to do that with the split screen design. And then just above that, you'll notice we have some toggle switches here. This is for the engine start stop feature. We also have a shortcut to the backup camera. So just by pushing on that, you can see the view that we have. You have the auto brake that you can turn on and off, as well as the parking sensors, which you can turn on and off as well. You'll see hazards right next to that, along with a downhill assist control, and then traction control is the last button on the right side. You'll see there's an air vent on both sides as well. Over on the left side, we have the Pro trailer system. So basically this will help you in backing up. You can use this to turn whichever way you want the trailer to go, and the truck will basically do the work for you. So if you've never towed before, this is a great tool to have. And then you'll notice below that we have the selector for four-wheel drive as well as the rear locking diff. There's a trailer braking system. And then right in the center, we have a few more controls here. There's power and volume for the radio as well as tuning. You can play and pause. There's a few different sound settings that you can go into and configure. We also have the shortcut to your AM and FM. Below that, you'll also notice that this truck has the dual zone climate system. So we have temperature for driver and passenger. You can see that be adjusted up top. This also has heated seats, so we have those controls. Fan speed is right in the center. You can see where you'd like the air to go, recirc, and everything like that. And then over on the far right, you'll see there's a 12 volt up top along with a 3-prong outlet just below that. You'll see there's a lot more storage space down below, even a spot you could place your phone and nicely hold it there. A few auxiliaries are over on the left side. You'll see 2 cup holders as well as a little bit of storage in front of the shifter and a small space right in the middle. Again, you could put your phone, your key fob, anything small right in the center. And then as we work our way to the shifter now, as long as you have the truck in park, you can push on this button here and it will fold down the shifter there, giving you a nice flat surface. If you want to place some items here, maybe a laptop or something like that, it just gives you a really nice flat surface. Of course, you have the center armrest as well, but that's a really nice convenient feature to see. You'll also notice on the side we have the shift pattern as well as manual, so you can use plus and minus. If you're towing, maybe you're taking this off-road, you can hold the gear that you're in, which is of course a great feature to have. If we put the truck into reverse, you'll see the backup camera as I showed earlier. You can also push on the plus symbol there. That will give you a different camera angle. So if you're backing up to a trailer, that can make it easier to back up to. And then of course we can go all the way into park. As we work our way to the center armrest now, if we open this up, you'll see all of this storage space. You can put in pretty much anything you want. There's even some auxiliaries, so you can charge any electronics. And then over on the passenger side, we have 2 glove boxes. We have the traditional glove box down below, and then to open up this upper one, we'll just push this button here, and you'll see there's a little bit more storage for any items you'd like to place there. We'll take one last look at these seats. Really nice custom design for this model. And as I mentioned earlier, I already have the sunshade all the way open. This is the full moonroof for the F-150. It is a great option to have. I think every truck should have this. Definitely provides a lot of light. And then up in the center, we have a sunglass holder on the back side. We have all the sunroof and sunshade adjustments, as well as the dome lights on both sides. Now it's time to take a look at the rear seating for the F-150. You'll see the door panel is finished off just like up front. We even have some more storage space right in the middle section of the door and even a cup holder too. Plenty of room in the lower section there. And at 5'10", it's time to hop up. We have the same grab handle you saw up front. And I have plenty of room with the front seat set at my height. I can almost straighten my legs all the way. That's how much space is here. And then above my head, I have about 2 or 3 inches, nothing too crazy up top. But there is so much room. You could easily fit 3 people back here and have plenty of space. You'll notice too that we have the electronic window, which I didn't mention earlier, so you can slide that open and closed as needed. And then right in the middle, you'll see there's 2 more cup holders along with a spot in the middle. You could place your phone or something like that. We have the 12 volt along with some more auxiliaries down below and even another 3-prong outlet and your air vents. So definitely plenty of room. A full-size truck like this, you would expect to have a lot of room in the back seat for full-size adults. You'll also notice too that if I pull on this tab here, that allows you to lift this seat all the way up and lock it into place. So you can see just how much more storage you have inside if you don't have any backseat passengers and you need to utilize this for storage space. Maybe the bed is full and you just need some extra room. Definitely very helpful to have that option. And you can just pull on this tab here and lower the seat back down, making it very convenient. And then last up, it's time to take a look at the bed. We have the tailgate right here. If I just push the button up underneath, it will automatically lower as we have the soft opening tailgate. You can see this has the metal bed. There's also some places for tie-down hooks. There's cargo lights in the back. That button that I mentioned earlier allows power to these 3-prong outlets, and there's 2 of them. So you can use this out on the job site. You can power some tools. You can also use the tailgate as a measuring board too. So you'll see we have a ruler here. There's also some spots here where you can put clamps so you can safely secure wood, anything that you're cutting, and easily hold it on the tailgate. This is a multifunctional tailgate, which is great to see. And we also have the step. So just by pushing on that button, we can lower that. We can bring the handle all the way out, and then you can use this to gain access to the bed. You don't have to continuously jump in and out of it all day if you're using this on the job site. Makes it very easy and convenient, especially with the height of this truck. And then of course you can fold all of that away, and the tailgate is very light, making it very easy to close. All right, so getting the 2021 Ford F-150 out on the road now. This is a pretty sweet truck, especially having the Rocky Ridge K2 package. I've been in a few trucks that have this package on it, and I love everything that you can get. If you're looking for a truck that you can get right off the factory lot, it also comes with a warranty too. This truck is backed by Rocky Ridge, so it comes with a 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty. On a lifted truck like this, I know that's a concern that a lot of people have in modding their own vehicle. So if you're not looking to do all of that work, or you want a truck that's lifted right away, you don't want to wait for that warranty period to end, you can get a truck from the factory already ready to go with all these awesome mods on it. And again, that's something that is backed under warranty. So that is great to see. for someone who may not want to do the work themselves. They just want to hop into the truck with it ready to go and looking pretty sweet. This is a great option, I think, too. It's a really nice truck so far. I love all the technology that it has on the interior as well. We have a lot of features like the heated seats, all that stuff that I've already gone over. It's a very nice interior for an F-150, aside from having the Rocky Ridge package on it. Everything is very nice for this model. We have a lot of storage space everywhere. For a full-size truck, you can definitely utilize this, not only for your family if you have a lot of kids or whatever you have to put in the back, but using this as a work truck, as I've already mentioned in today's video. You have a lot of storage areas for tools, documents, whatever you need to bring with you for the day. You can place it in this truck and have no issues with storage. And then just going back to the Rocky Ridge kit, I love all the mods that this truck has. There are mods that I would almost do to my own vehicle, like the grille. We have the upgraded hood. The lift kit is riding very nice. It does have a strut spacer kit up front, but it's riding like a factory truck. And that's what I love about these kits and the other trucks that I've been in that have had the Rocky Ridge suspension lift. It's handling like a stock F-150 would, which is great to see. So even with these 37s, or 35s I should say, let's give it a little bit of gas. That was nothing. We're up to speed. This also comes with the speedometer recalibration. So it's recalibrated for the larger tires over the stock ones, of course, but not even half throttle, and we're up to speed. This is a very healthy engine. It has over 400 pound-feet of torque, plenty of power and torque to even pull 13,000 pounds. This has around a 3,000 pound payload capacity as well. And so now switching over to the POV angle, so that way you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this lifted truck. I have an SUV in front of me. Hopefully the camera can zoom in a little bit on that to see. I can almost see over the height of that SUV. This is a large truck, has a large presence to it, but at the same time too, it's very maneuverable. Just having it in the parking lot with the graphics for this backup camera, it definitely provides you with a lot of visibility for what's behind you. But at the same time too, while it's a lifted truck, it's very maneuverable. Going through the parking lot, I really don't have any issues. I own a mid-size truck, so even bumping up to this full-size truck here, it's very easy to get used to it. Of course, the more you drive something, the easier it gets, blind spots, anything like that. And as far as blind spots go for this truck, looking over my right shoulder real quick and then glancing over my left shoulder there, pickup trucks really don't have any blind spots. There's a lot of glass. The pillars in the back are really not all that bulky, so it's very easy to see around this entire truck. And I love the fact that we have this moonroof, provides a lot of light to the interior, which is great to see. And as we come down to this dead end road here, I can do a 3-point turn real quick, so that way you can see the backup camera here. And the maneuverability, very tight in the steering, which is great. So into reverse, we have that backup camera, does a really good job. And then let's give it one more acceleration for today's video here. Just getting up to speed. And nothing crazy, we're up to speed just like that. So definitely plenty of power. As I've already mentioned, bumps like that, I don't know if the camera jumped a little bit, but it's a very smooth truck to drive. Very quiet too. There's no road noise, wind noise, even cars passing. You can't even hear that. Very nice for a comfortable daily like this. On a very random note, Ford GT, as we're driving the F-150, so that's awesome. But this would be a great truck if you want to drive it every single day, utilize it as it's built for, being a work truck, towing, all of that good stuff. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2021 Ford F-150 with the Rocky Ridge K2 package. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion Ford for providing this truck for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. Again, I'll have all that info down in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.